Welcome to TNT, our Friday program, last day of the working week. Somehow we got here. Tomorrow is our live program between 9 and 10 a.m. The focus of the program tomorrow is going to be the sort of tourism that Thailand wants to attract, based around the release of the new series of White Lotus. Doesn't matter if you've seen the series or not, but it was shot in Koh Samui, and a lot of people in Koh Samui very concerned about the impact the highly popular TV series will have on tourism on the island. That's the chat for tomorrow between 9 and 10 a.m. Thai time. Actually, you can talk about anything that's on your mind. It's just a bit of an open slather for an hour, and we always enjoy you dropping in. Now, let's get to some serious news today, and we head up into sort of central North Thailand and Phetchabun. Nation Thailand reporting wildfires rage across northern Thailand, Phetchabun worst hit. And the story says the north of Thailand is grappling with a surge in wildfires, with 401 hotspots detected across 17 provinces. Phetchabun province has been particularly affected, registering 82 hotspots, the highest in the region, with fires spreading across almost the entire province. Where is Phetchabun? Well, it's sort of smack bang middle of Thailand there. And the story says 32 are located in forest reserves, 21 in land reform areas, 15 in agricultural lands, 11 in protected forests and 3 in community areas. And since the start of February, the province has seen a staggering 587 hotspots in total. Land reform areas have been the worst affected, with 198 incidents. And we can see this on the NASA fire maps. Phetchabun right there in the middle of Thailand. Also got plenty of fires up around the Chiang Mai area as well. And while we're there, let's just note the huge amount of forest fires in the north and west of Cambodia. But back to the story, firefighters battling wildfires in the Khao Ko National Park have already consumed about 1.6 hectares of the forest, and the fire continues to spread, posing a significant threat to the park's ecosystem. Some of the worst forest fire activity in recent years. Let's hope they get those all under control. As we head to Pattaya. Pattaya police raid 115 locations in major drug crackdowns, arresting over 60 suspects. In the early hours of yesterday, more than 500 officers from Pattaya City Police, Chonburi Immigration and related agencies conducted large-scale drug raids in Pattaya areas under the government's anti-drug campaign. And 2 key locations in Pattaya were raided, including a commercial building in Soi Pattaya Klang 16 and another in Soi Panai Chang 8. In Nong Pru, a 50 rai rental area with 150 houses was searched. Banglamung police also arrested a 32-year-old municipal worker with 40 grams of crystal meth. And the Chonburi police chief said the operation, part of the rather insensitively described Parasite Cleanup Episode 4 initiative, covered 115 locations across the province, with monthly raids planned to tackle the drug problem. So these raids occur from time to time. This time it's in parts of Pattaya, and people pick up their bits and pieces and move to somewhere else, and the problem really just shifts. It doesn't get solved. And with our usual thanks and appreciation to 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com. Another magnificent day. We've just had weeks and weeks and weeks, really months and months of this magnificent weather down south here in Thailand. Certainly would be a very nice day to be out on Phangar Bay. Let's see what's happening with these call centres, which, they've been slightly interrupted. And we'll start here. Nation Thailand, the headline, call centre gangs feel the pinch, start relocating from Myanmar border. And the decision by the Thai government to cut off power supply and internet signals across the Myanmar border since February 5 to combat call centre scams and criminal gangs is already yielding results. And as of yesterday, reports indicate that illegal Chinese-backed syndicates, which have had rented buildings in Payayonzu, this is just across from the Thai-Burmese border near the Three Pagoda Pass in the west side of Kanchanaburi. It says they were operating call centre and scam operations are now gradually relocating under mounting pressure from multiple parties. Many property owners have also terminated lease agreements, making it increasingly difficult for these businesses to continue operations. And this crackdown has forced the Chinese illegal business groups to relocate quickly, and authorities are now closely monitoring their next potential operational base. Just like with the drug users up in Pattaya, people just gather their bits and pieces, and these Chinese gangs will move probably further back into Myanmar, and then it becomes more of the Burmese junta's problem. Right, this story, I wish I could do the whole story because it's quite fascinating, but it's just too long, so there's a link in the description. But just to give you a brief overview, we go to the Bangkok Post. Backpacker in Thailand taken on 1,200 kilometre detour. And a foreign backpacker making his first visit to Thailand was planning an island getaway in the south, but after a miscommunication he ended up in the north, nearly 1,200 kilometres away. He also lost his wallet on the way back, but the journey had a happy ending. No, not what you think. And according to the officer's post, the backpacker told a driver he wanted to go to Koh Tao, a popular tourist island in the southern province of Suratani. But the driver brought him to the north, believing his passenger had said Doi Tao, a district in the northern province of Chiang Mai. Koh Tao, Doi Tao with a French accent. And just so you know where we're talking about here, we've got Doi Tao in Chiang Mai. That's right up the top there, quite a long way from the south. We head down south, we can see Bangkok there, but we continue the journey south and we make our way down through the west coast of the Gulf of Thailand, finally getting to those three main islands. And we get the pier there over to Koh Samui, or you can get a ferry to Koh Tao. Koh Tao is a long way from Doi Tao up in the north. Well, there were plenty of other twists and turns in that story, but indeed a happy ending. And there's a link in the description of today's program from the Bangkok Post, and you can read the full story. As we go to an interesting issue raised in Pattaya Mail, pattayamail.com, this might be something that you want to talk about in tomorrow's program as well. The headline, Fair Treatment Under the Law, Can Foreign Tourists Expect Equal Justice in Pattaya? So, okay, the story's been written by Pattaya Mail, but you can map this question across any tourist area around Thailand. And in Pattaya, like many popular tourist destinations in Thailand, there is a growing conversation about the fairness of treatment by the police, especially when it comes to Thai citizens versus foreign tourists. Whilst the general expectation is that law enforcement should treat everyone equally, regardless of nationality, experience and perceptions can sometimes differ. And the story goes on, foreign tourists in Pattaya, especially those from Western countries, sometimes report feeling that they're treated differently by police, particularly when involved in minor disputes, incidents or traffic violations. In some cases, tourists claim that police might be more lenient towards Thai nationals or impose higher fines and penalties on foreigners. And this is sometimes attributed to a language barrier, cultural differences or assumptions about tourists being more financially capable. And the high visibility of tourists and the presence of many law enforcement officers in the tourist-heavy areas can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or the feeling of being singled out. And many visitors to Pattaya, especially those who take the time to learn about local laws and customs, have had positive interactions with the police. And the video you were watching there in the background from Travel With Us GJ on the YouTube channel, and yes, it was from Patong in Phuket. But as I said, the situation or the question is something universal around Thailand about the way foreigners interface with Thai police. Personally, I've had many positive experiences, and I think people are very happy to jump on to a forum and put a negative story about their interactions with Thai police. The positive stories aren't sexy. People don't want to read about that. So we'll be interested to hear in the comments section about how you sort of see the situation with Thai police. I think in many cases there is simply some type of cultural misunderstanding. But I also think a lot of times foreigners just really act like dicks and probably deserve what they get. So, interested to hear your thoughts. And with that, that's the way we see Thailand over the past 24 hours. Hope to see you tomorrow morning for our live program. It kicks off at 9 a.m. Thai time, and we'll see you then.